We're here with Michael Waring, founder of Galileo Global Equity Advisors. Michael, you've been traveling to China frequently for the last 20 years. Why is that?
I first went to an investment conference in 1998, and I quickly realized that if you're a growth-oriented investor, you really need to pay attention to China and the Asian region in general. There's just so much going on. There's so much activity. It's just a buzz. It's like a high when you're there. It's so much commerce and things happening.
So, I mean, we're small and mid-cap investors, but there's obviously these macro global trends that dominate the headlines and obviously affect all of our investments. What are those trends that you're seeing in China right now?
I really think of China, the Chinese economy, as being composed of two parts. There's the old part, which we all know, and it's about coal and it's about steel. It's all the heavy old industries, but they comprise a shrinking part of the overall economy. And the new economy in China is the service side of the economy. It's now greater than, as a percentage, it's now greater than the old economy. So we're talking about e-commerce, we're talking about electric cars, we're talking about automation, robotics, we're talking about data processing centers. So these are the new parts of the economy that are growing at a very, very rapid rate. China today is probably ahead of every other nation in terms of adoption of electric vehicles, for example.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the key elements of the next decade would be the electrification of China and the impact on commodities, but also the impact on robotics and the companies that you've been exploring. We also have the One Belt, One Road, the Silk Road. That'll be a multi-decade investment thesis. So China will remain central to the macro trends of the world for the foreseeable future, really.
Absolutely, and the millennials in China are actually responsible for driving a lot of this, because what we've observed is Chinese millennials are really quick on the uptake of new technologies. So for example, e-commerce is now about 18% of over total Chinese retail sales, and most of that e-commerce is obviously being done electronically. But I noticed on this last trip when I went in a local shopping mall, they don't want cash. I went to pay for something in cash, and the cashier looked at me like I was, from the Stone Age. So it's all Alipay and WeChat Pay and Union Pay, and everybody's paying for things with their mobile phone. And so that's a very strong trend that we're seeing in the Chinese economy, is this really rapid uptake of new technology.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's very exciting to watch.
Do you recommend investors travel to China as soon as they can?
It's one big regret in my life that I didn't go in 1988 instead of 98. It's just, Asia is fascinating. And from an investment standpoint, you go there and the curiosity, you just wonder why things are growing so quickly and how they're evolving. And it's just fascinating to watch.